Enough of this, enough of this. Let's go. Everyone, welcome to Jaraci Cup 15. Hope you brought some milk, because we're going to be casting only games from Cookies today. That'll be pretty fun. 3 series that he's played already, so he's done his entire group stage. Again, Cookies is always pretty on top of these things. This first one here is between him and 215Jesse. We do have our info.txt, so let me open this up here. And I will show it to you all. So it's going to be CVS for both games here. Which is interesting, because Cookies has not usually been a Coalition player, but he was practicing this before. It looks like he wants to try and do a bit of faction switching here, so... he picks his teeth. Ah, I see. Very nice. And then the second game, same faction, is going to be on the Boneyard. So yeah, we'll see what the game plan is. It's always, always nice, on this map to be going, like, assault cruisers and stuff like that, if you can fit that into the build. Feels pretty fun for Saban. They can use these targeting jammers in really nice positions. You can see Jesse's done that already, and he retires his base runner and fires the probe out. Sick IGN was betrayed by his assault cruisers, but you know the story there. if you saw that game anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, got him! We are gonna watch games between these two later today, so keep your eyes on that. the smack talk has already begun. I love it. I love it. Probe's out for Jesse. Like I said, he retired that base starter. That is going to get his SC started faster. But Cookies has the 8 up here, and the probe sees it, but there's not really much that he can do to punish. And this base runner here as well can fire a probe out once Cookies has started LAV fab, and then he'll be able to see what his opponent is doing. So I really prefer to have the base runner like keep it here. Because, you know, you're not really getting that far ahead. I mean, even before the change, I don't think he was terribly good in CVC, but now it's, like, even worse, so... Yeah, I actually, you know, this is quite a confusing moment for me, because I actually agree with Sikai Jan about this, but... there it is. Not sure where Jesse's moving his carrier, by the way. Normally you want to bring your carrier over onto this side, but, yeah, it looks like he's gonna get that set up now. But that really negates the value of having his SC a little bit faster than his opponent. And like I said, when you're going 8 up like this, it means your economy is going to be a little bit stronger anyway, so Cookies really will not be behind at all. Looks like he's even going to fill out the RU salves here, so it's a very heavy RU focus. Yeah, it might be cruisers then. ACs are quite expensive. But, you know, we'll have to see. Will you have AV fab started? Sikai Jan, man, you sound like Phoenix, yo. Although, as we know, Phoenix is a big fan of ACs. Pro gets down to 8 HP, but I think it can get away. Oh, what was that shot? Sniped by the BR. Very sad, very sad. It's an interesting TJ, but he's kind of blocking himself there. Yeah, looks like we'll back away out of it. But again, like I said, it's nice for someone to be able to drop these down because it makes it very difficult to like push in on those flanks. And Cookies looks like straight up onto 3 base the Discar away. Yeah, are you talking about the TJ, right? Yeah, you just press S and they go away. I was yelling at you about that during your stream, you know. Oh boy. Carry protection upgrade coming out for Cookies as well. But before he makes any AVs, he probably wants to fill out his base here, so that is what he's gonna do. Gets the extract out though. And he lost the probe, but it was able to get him the information that things are free here, so pretty quiet early game. Looks like actually Jesse making the first AVs on the field. They actually have a turret set up here for the Coalition player. You'll love to see it. I think actually this is probably a better location because you can get high ground as it kind of scans the same area. Also, it's a little bit harder to jump on from this side, but... Looks like AVs for Cookies finishing now. Just one. I'm so used to seeing them like shoot air units. It's kind of weird to like not have that be part of the game anymore. Been playing way too much joke patch, clearly. No. So they will actually probably not cover all the way out here if you put them up on that hill, but still I think getting the high ground is worth it. AV gonna find the base runner for Cookies out in mid. Nice TJ as well. Although you might actually want to hold the cooldown for when you find your opponent's army. He does have the probe here, so he knows about it. Well, you definitely want to keep chasing though. That's the thing. It looks like he's actually gonna let this get away. Cold Blow Code. Goodness, I can't say that. Is a Shrike on Steam, you know. He's actually in our tournament as well, although we haven't seen games from him yet. But I'm excited for those. AV gonna start shooting this base runner over here. This is actually a 2v1 for Jesse, so he would definitely take that if he wanted to. You use smoke to buy time, but it's gonna be tough for this AV to get out. Question is just, can he kill off this base runner beforehand? Oh, playing in 20 minutes. Hey, sick. Oh, you should really smoke this BR. Oh, he doesn't quite catch it there, so the base runner is gonna go down. Probe dies over there, but it does see the 3 base location. So if you're Jesse, I think you know what the deal is. Definitely need to try and be proactive here because your opponent is on his bases faster than you, but it's not so easy. Uh-oh, turret just gonna take names here, absolutely as well. And this AV is still alive, by the way. I don't know how that happened. Oh my gosh, it's gonna get away. These guys can't chase up the turret. Oh no, don't do this! Okay, he's gonna hide in this little divot here, but yeah, you need to be really careful about just getting shot up by that turret. This is why I was recommending putting it a bit further away though, because if it has range inside the divot, that's kind of wasted, whereas up here it can shoot everywhere in its range. Should be scared of Void Warrior? Yeah, actually, he's been doing pretty well. You know, he's an RM player. He joined JC 12, I think it is, and just kind of got eliminated in lower bracket pretty quick. And then JC 13, he was like, almost made it to upper, I think. Same with 14. In 14, I think he went 3-1 against Houston in the lower bracket. But Houston ended up being a finalist, so he did pretty well overall. Which doesn't mean Void Warrior placed any higher, of course, but it's just worth knowing for context. Couple frontline SCs here, by the way. Usually a little bit spicy, I kind of like to see it, but in this case, there's not really anything for them to support, so... We do have AC Fab finally on the queue for Jesse, and that will be very good if it manages to get out. Good TJ here, gonna buy for a bit of time. These AVs really just can't be stopped. I don't see what you can do about it. You really should power up the ALMs here at least, so that you can get some disruption, especially if you're gonna be deploying more of them there. Oh, wait a minute, he has strike fighters. What the heck? When did this happen? No, A-Game wanted to add self-heal to them, but it didn't turn out to be possible, so sadly not. Actually, it could be done if you took away anti-air from him, but that would be pretty sad, of course. These strike fighters are not shooting for some reason. Anyway, you definitely want to target the one that's low, though, so that you can get some kills here. This is armor 3 for a cookie, so these things really don't take much damage. Unless you can finish the kills, it's going to feel pretty sad, because they just go back and heal up. However, AC's going to be good. And you can lose an AC to AAVs, but it's pretty hard. Usually you need, like, a railgun to sunder it as well, which Cookies doesn't have. Not even on the carrier, because he's Coalition, of course. It's not so long. Strike Fighter's launching again here. Looks like they're targeting these AVs out here. You can see it in the units lost tab, right? It's like Cookies just really is not losing almost anything. I think that's the cost of 2 AVs. That gives you an idea. Might lose this one though. It looks like the Strike Fighters are going to divert their attention over this way. And again, you really want to power something up here at least. Even the armor would be worth it, I think, against these AVs. But yeah, you know, power up the weapons or the ALMs. Excuse me, I've got the traditional bozo hiccups, yo. You know how it is. Second extract comes out for Cookies. And he's just walking over this 3 base, so this is gonna go down too. Uh-oh. But it looks like Cookies did finally lose something over here, so that's good. Okay, here we go. There's the AC finally. And this really can just walk over these AVs here. It's pretty easy. As long as overcharge is on, you just take 0 damage. You can even use the Attackless Barrage too if he's standing still, I mean, why not? Again, take 0 damage, it feels pretty good. Yeah, you can just drive out here and kill these, it's pretty easy. Cookies did lose a base runner over here, so Jesse able to deny that one at least. This is very awkward, by the way, but, yeah, I don't actually think that he's got anything that can stop... Well, I guess maybe the AC could do it, but it's not moving yet, so it'll probably be too late. Again, the Strike Fighters, but that anti-air turret post has been set up, so that should not be a problem for Cookies. Does have some answers to that on the field. He's got an odd number of CUs here. Must have retired something, but I didn't see it. Base runner gets a bunch of veteran C. Very nice, very nice. You know, actually, it can matter for base runners because they get speed with it, but it's actually artillery cruisers for Cookies. Curious. He's gonna make another push onto the main base here. That's gonna force the AC to go respawn, which means he can just get this artifact out, which is good. Hey, he powered up the ALMs. Very nice, very nice. Oh yeah, look, he's doing it. You want to always use the overcharge when you're moving, because it makes you faster, and it has a pretty low cooldown as well. Still though, not gonna be fast enough. This main base is going to fall. And Jesse not really managing to leverage this thing terribly well. That's the 3rd artifact for Cookies. This base runner here is really enjoying his time in the sun. should probably move this out eventually. Oh, it's not gonna matter. Jesse surrenders there, and that's gonna be the game. Kind of an easy game for Cookies. Jump into game 2 here, see what he's able to change. Jesse, that is. And again, this is going to be on the Boneyard. Do wonder if the strategy will change for Cookies at all, but I reckon he'll just go SC first once again. Looks like he gets the spawn that we generally don't favor very much. This is the authentic Boneyard experience, just getting camped up on this hill and dying, so... pretty fortunate for Jesse. This time we've got LEV Fab first here. He retires the base runner and does not send out his probe either. So yeah, Jesse's gonna change things up. He's gonna play a bit more aggressively this time, which I like to see. But it looks like we got the same idea from Cookies. So this is gonna be production upgrade here, which means he'll be getting LAV Fab and then spamming some LAVs out. You can see Jesse already building those units. I do recommend rotating the carrier here. It actually saves quite a bit of time getting out to that front line. That was very, very sad. He didn't quite have the money to like open the wreck here. Probably this guy wants to, yeah, mines to use as well. So Jesse will have the lead on LAVs in the field. Ah, okay. But Cookies will actually have the lead on LAVs after enough time because he has the production upgrade. But it looks like AV Fab on the... Oh no, he canceled that. Okay, so it's going to be production upgrade from Jesse as well. And I don't know which one's better actually in terms of getting more units out. It's probably pretty much even. I think that Cookie's LAV Fab is a little bit slow though. So in the meantime, he's got production upgrade, you might as well get more salvagers, but it's not exactly what you want here. So I think that Jesse will have the lead in numbers for the foreseeable future. Yeah, I think I have to agree. I think I have to agree. It's also very awkward when you have like 5 CUs on the counter because I don't think there's anything in the game that actually costs anything but a multiple of 10 of CUs. So that's kind of an interesting DOK fact for the day. Got him. It's like LAV armor teching as well, so very early on the upgrades here. And Cookies doesn't know where they are just yet. There's the first ping, but he doesn't know these guys are all out here too. Yeah, but I think that he didn't do the build terribly well either, so... Although right now, in this kind of local fight, he's 5 against 6, so that's actually pretty good for Cookies. He might lose this one, though, if this LAV can just get, like, a shot off. Still, they trade 1 for 1 on this side, he loses that one, so this is actually looking pretty good for Jesse so far. And I guess, to be fair, he has armor 2, actually, oh my gosh. Well, that probably helps. Yeah, you're still looking for him, so even though you might have more LAVs, you can't get them all bunched up in the same location. That is true. I hope that's an SC. No, that's an LAV. I love to see it when players are expanding while attacking. It does take the legs out of the attack a little bit, but it really allows you to get an advantage over your opponent elsewhere. So this would be a good timing to build an SC, which that might be what he's making, but it might just be an LAV. No, I think that's an SC. We'll find out in a moment, I guess. Assault Pack gonna finish though, and because Cookies has the numbers, he'll probably want to use that just immediately and jump out here and kill the E's. Wants to use the boost, I reckon. Right now he's actually fighting like 2v2, so... And, you know, Jesse has the armor up, so he's not gonna win that either. Yep, that was a Sport Cruiser. Okay, very good. This is also gonna give Jesse some healing if he goes back here, so that's actually pretty impactful. And again, would be really nice to power up the ALMs just so that you can get a bit more defense over on the main, but I do gotta say I love this LAV over here, which is just scouting the second base location. He's like, okay, he's not long distance mining, so I've got time. I'm actually winning in terms of economy right now, but that's gonna change in just a moment. And it looks like for Jesse, always a fan of fighter and gunship tech, he's gonna get it once more. And then this time, this is a fight that I think Cookies wins pretty decisively. He just has a big numbers lead here. But he doesn't want to be taking high ground. I would again just use the boost and jump on him. He's got that tech, but he hasn't used it yet. Still, trading fairly well. You can see it's 7-5 overall, so Cookies actually has lost 2 more, but... He's got good ups here as well. Can he get base runner inventory? Okay, interesting. Perhaps this game will get interesting after all, eh? Seems like he wants to do some shenanigans. Boost being used now to just try the run by on the ALMs here. I'm not actually sure, it doesn't give him too much value, but he does manage to kill an ALM there, which is nice. Looks like these are powered up, by the way. There's fighter and gunship tech, but I don't think that... actually, it looks like he had vision on the carrier just there, so probably Cookies could see that if he wanted to. He's getting fighter and gunship tech as well, okay. But you gotta realize, he's got base runner inventory, so if he builds a couple of BRs and then it turns out to be air and he didn't see it, which he's saying that he didn't in chat now, he can just insta-drop the AA turrets, and that'll actually give him some good defense, so... That actually feels pretty good, but it's better, of course, to know that that tech is coming. It looks like he didn't see it after all. And it's gonna be a gunship, too. That makes sense, because there's tons of LAVs out on the field. Gunships are pretty good at that. This is a very, very good fight for Cookies, though, and the unit's loss is starting to swing in his favor here. ALMs are just absolutely shocking, though. Know what I'm saying? Haha. Looks like he's gonna target the strike fighter. I will say, this is pretty early to launch, because you let your opponent know that there's air coming, like, before you have a big hammer, but he might have thought, well, he saw the tech already, I might as well just launch it here. Once the gunship finishes, that's when you can really do some damage, but this strike fighter here is not gonna die, so it did manage to kill off, like, 1 or 2 of them. Yeah, but it's a little easier said than done because they need line of sight, which is weird. It shouldn't be how it works, but it is. Just, you know, DOK things. So. Yeah, but now you can see this is the gunship trading pretty nicely. Well, infinitely nicely, I suppose. It's not gonna die here, obviously. But again, base runner inventory is done, so this would probably be the thing to do, is build a couple of base runners here. He's got the money for it. Gonna go AV Fab instead. This is probably for missile batteries, but... Yeah, when planes are on the ground. I don't know, man. You know, probably it's possible to like change the behavior of this through like making a new version of GE mod, but it would be really complicated. I don't know how to do it, so. You know, I just have to tell A-Game to do it, which is not exactly not exactly the winning strategy. He's got a life to live or something. But yes, he's ahead in Eco, and I think he's ahead in Army. Although it's a little bit tenuous, but still feels pretty good for Jesse. Probe gonna get smitten. And AV Fab finishes now for Cookies. So if he wants Missile Battery Fab, he can get it. He did build a base runner though. Looks like he will set down this anti-air turret post. It's kind of in a forward position though, which is fine on paper, but like if this gets killed, it'll feel really sad. Trash Ship gonna start doing bad things now. Just targets the eco again. You're not really gonna get kills here. Good splitting by Cookies as well. Gonna ensure that the salvagers live as long as possible. And yeah, the gunship really got nothing done here. Might even die. Yeah, it does. Okay, that's really bad. That's how you don't use gunships. Meanwhile, gunship for Cookies looks like out on the field too. But it's true, like the strike fighters can hit it, so you always need to be a little bit careful here. He turns out to be okay for now though. Jesse really kind of falling asleep at the wheel. Okay, there we go. He's finally targeting it. But this number of LAVs can kill these strike fighters if he's not careful. Plus, if he flies over the anti-air turret post, he's just gonna insta-die as well, which is exactly what's happening. Doesn't get his shot off either. Oh man, if that anti-air turret post had fired one more time, he would have killed all of the air units. Well, it looks like that's another strike fighter having been built, but other than that. Really nice TJ though, but Jesse... Okay, yeah, never mind. I thought he was driving into it. That's just the angle of the camera playing tricks on me. Jesse's LEVs, I think, still have the upgrade lead? No, they actually don't anymore. And he doesn't have the numbers either, so he is going to lose this fight. A lot of low health bars though, so he can trade out okay, but he loses the base runner. Carrier are moving out actually to meet this too, but that's not a good thing to do because you'll lose economy for it. And suddenly I feel like Cookies should actually be feeling pretty good about this. Because now he's equal on economy and I think his army is stronger. He's got the anti-air ready to go. Would still be nice to have a couple missile batteries because there could still be more air coming out, which indeed, TAC Bomber Fab's on the way, but he's got it already, so... Yeah, kind of an interesting game state, but I think that it's one that favors Cookies. Wants to launch that gunship again though, just keep it in the air. And right now, a good window to hit the LAVs actually, but he doesn't know that. But he would if he had it circling around. It's always good to keep these air units active if you can. Although it takes a lot of micro, but... He's lost 0 RUs. Wow. Well, there you go. This is the last LAV upgrade coming out, by the way, and then Cookies will be full ups. Yeah, you know, fair enough, but because it gives such good vision too, it like allows itself to find windows to do damage, and I think it's really important to keep it out for that reason. Speaking of air units being proactive, the strike fighters know that they can fight around here, especially on this very hilly terrain. It's hard for the LEVs to get a shot on them. Which again, doesn't make any sense, but that's just how it works. Oh, wow, look at that. That was actually really nice air micro. I mean, it just pulled them both out when they're very low. So he gets a couple more LAV kills and doesn't lose anything for it. I will say this activates the gunship, I suppose, because Cookies says, hey, look, Strike Fighter's just launched, so I know that this is safe to go. So that's valid. You can try some kind of ridiculous big brain strat where you like make it look like that's happening, but then actually you only launch 2 and you have like 5 in the hangar, whatever. Not gonna be the case here. And the probe is gonna find what he wants to hit too. He wants to hit these LAVs. I mean, the railguns could be decent targets as well. But the base runner is going to do some anti-air and just not nearly enough, and this gunship will be able to survive. This is what gunships do. This is what they're good at. Here it comes. LAVs are horribly bunched up. Oh boy, yeah, you really need to try and split up here now. Oh gosh. Yeah, this is when gunships look good. It's when they're fighting a bunch of bunched up units like that. Anti-air Turpo's getting set though, so he needs to be careful. He doesn't want to dock now. Uh-oh. Oh! Oh no! Oh. Flew just a little bit too close to the sun there. But still, he takes a pretty good trade overall. I think that was still worth it. Not to mention, because he kills the LAVs, these railguns are free as well. TJ's available here. Yeah. But it wasn't used. So. Strike fighters should be able to clean this up. No, they're actually out of ammo. Oh. Full ups LAVs, man. They don't die so easy. Like, this guy would be dead, right? Because not only the armor he got, but he gets like 60 HP from the upgrade, so... You can see the value. You can see the value. And we do have bombers on the queue for cookies, of course. Thing is, Jesse actually teched it as well, but he doesn't have any on the queue, so... Would be good to set that up. Yeah, now he's gonna get these bombers going. And light anti-air is not gonna cut it anymore when bombers are on the field, because... Well, I mean, this game we haven't seen light anti-air do much good at all. Both players have been able to get a lot of damage done despite it. But like, anti-air turret posts, yeah, they ain't gonna do nothing against bombers, so... Is this like full wing for Cookie's practice? Well, he doesn't have any strike fighters actually, but... I take it all back, it's not full wing at all. But it's still, it's a lot of air units. He's got all of the heavy air build. SCAA, yeah, that's a start. But I think you really need to be getting like more strike fighters here as Jesse, and as Cookies you need to be getting missile battery fab, I reckon. Oh, he does have it. Okay, look at that. He doesn't know about the bombers yet, though. Nor does he know about SCAA. Uh-oh. I know how this one ends. 2 bombers will kill an SC if it isn't moving, so yeah, this base is dead. Yep. And it kills 4 salvagers, it's brutal. I think this one actually won't finish any kills. Oh, I take it all back. Shows you how much I know. Well, that's a pretty good bomber reveal. And this is why I always say you need to keep these air units active, because they can't react to the bomber play unless they're already in the air. So you want to keep them out looking, and then you can, you know, hopefully stop that kind of thing from happening. And using them here is not terribly good either, because now they won't have any ammo. Oh no, they're just gonna die anyway. Oh, what the? Well, not all bombers are created equal. Double gunship can kill the anti-air turrets as well, by the way, just because gunships don't take much damage to them. So. And this turret is taking names too. Anti-air turrets in general, they really just need support. They're very good anti-air, but they're very weak. They can be killed very quickly, so you need to make sure that you have them guarded with some other anti-air assets, usually. It looks like Cookie's gonna spare that anti-air turret post for now. And armored units upgrades coming out for Cookies as well. He does have missile batteries out. You love to see it. Because of course they get very, very tanky when they get armor 3, and that means bombers can't really one-shot them anymore, which is a very important breakpoint. There's actually no bombers left here for Jesse, but still, it's good to have anti-air because you don't know what he's building. It's also worth noting, like, look how little vision this anti-air turret post gives. The probe was like right here and it didn't get shot. So yeah, they don't work terribly well just on their own. And this one will get killed, but it got fine value earlier, managed to kill a gunship, so that was definitely worth it. Turret's getting set up now for Cookies. And Jesse would like to stop this with his air units, but these missile batteries are in position. Now, I really like getting AV Fab here because he needs it to get armor for his ground units, but also it'd be nice for him to have missile batteries too. You know, reasons. Support cruiser dies silently over there, strangely enough. But yeah, also it'll keep your railguns alive, which is really good. So yeah, missile battery Fab would definitely be a good call here. Cookie's with an enormous float, by the way. This is like insane. When you're floating this much, I like to just get upgrades, you know? I mean, you might as well spend it on something. Especially if you're at fleet capacity like 125, but he's not in this case. Gunship gonna start doing its thing. Now, SCAA is done here, but it doesn't do a huge amount of damage. So if Cookie's micros the gunships here, you should be able to keep them alive. Bomber is gonna launch now, but I don't really know what it can do here. There's still a lot of anti-air set up. Yeah, a couple railguns go down there. Turret on the high ground feels pretty good too, just insta-snipes that AV, and yeah, the bomber just docks, he can't find any targets. It's gonna be railgun Fab for Cookies, it's probably what he uses to end the game here. Would it be nice to just put down a couple more logistics modules, because he's got tons of CUs, like he doesn't need to worry about that. And he's not yet at fleet capacity, so... Yeah, it would be nice to see him just drop down too. But look at the units lost tab, it's like 3-1 on CUs, which is bad enough, but just Cookies has not lost any RUs this game, it's insane. His LAVs are actually more upgraded at this point as well, so he can make pokes like this and not really worry about getting run down. Triple attack bomber's still up too, so... You know, he can just keep killing bases with this if he likes. SCAA will not do enough to stop this from happening. It's a start, but it's only a start. I wonder if bombers do friendly fire. I think we're about to find out. Doesn't look like it. And again, no strike fighters here, so you can't really chase them down. And even if you did, I guess these missile batteries would do a good job warding them off. Uh-oh, this railgun is going to die to a turret as well, which is a bit awkward. You hate to see it. 2 extracts coming out for Cookies as well. Looks like he's actually going to take BCs now, okay. But yeah, he does have the railguns on the way. He's got money for Mag XL too if he wants it. And that should really be all he needs to end the game here. Bomber going to fire? Actually, does get a pretty good hit. Bombers are not usually the most reliable against strike craft, but it works here. Yeah, I'm not sure either. You know, you don't have that much money banked up. There we go. And yeah, you really do want to get up to your fleet capacity as well here. Just might as well. Oh my gosh, the main base is mining out. This is Jaraci patch, by the way, where the main base mines out slower. It's very funny that it still happens so quickly. Yeah, I guess this is just the travails of a ConF main playing Coalition, right? There we go, he has dropped them now. And the gunship's just gonna do what they don't do best, you're hitting the economy, but you know, you might as well. SCAA is up, but again, it's not gonna do too much here. You just have to be careful you don't drive too far. Oh, it's actually pretty close. Oh my gosh. It's fine, it'll be okay. Jeez. Bomber actually failed to kill this railgun, by the way. I guess that's Armor 3 doing its job, so... Yeah, that was very close, but this gunship did manage to survive. Hey, we have some strike fighters out. Yay! Oh, no, they're just gonna die. That's unfortunate. They did kill a turret post, but I don't think that was worth it. LAV is gonna finish the job, but the gunship started here. This is like the 28th support cruiser that's died this game. There's been a lot of them so far. MagXL is done, so these are full-ups railguns here. They don't take prisoners. And BC Fab is done too, so I'd love it if Cookies would like drive his carrier out here and try and do like a drop-off or something. Bomb's gonna do damage this time. I kind of missed the low health railguns. Maybe that's actually the best way to play it, because the carrier can take care of some of them. These LAVs, though, completely unchecked. So the carrier is not going to be in danger here, but the rest of the base is. Even the mortar could do some damage here because the Sunder reduces the carrier's armor. Yeah, Jesse's had enough of this abuse. He's going to GG out. And the game probably would have ended pretty soon either way. So there you go. Cookie's going to take the 2-0. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll hop on to the next one without delay.